Hey guys, this is Tony Andrade. Once again, here we're talking about an interesting subject. I don't know if anybody noticed. We did in this business. I have Walter with me once again. He's a popular loan officer here in Chicago, does a great job. But we all noticed all of a sudden, due to the coronavirus, big banks came in with something surprising that has a lot of I want to say buyers a little worried. So me and Walter here decided to try to have a conversation and explain it to people what it means and how we can combat that. Walter, you want to explain what I want to say? J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, to be exact, started. Go ahead if you must.
Yeah, so thanks again for having me on, Tony. Always a pleasure. Hope you and your family are doing well. Everybody in my family is safe, thank God. So, we're just going to hope that everybody stays safe and then we get through this with as little disruption as possible. Now, what you're referring to there, JP Morgan Chase did come out with guidelines that if you are not a Chase customer, you need to have a 700 credit score and 20% down in order to do a mortgage loan with them. And what they're doing by doing this is they're saying, hey, we only want the cream of the crop mortgage borrower, somebody we know has a very, very low chance of defaulting. That's basically what they're doing. They're doing risk management. Keep in mind that after the financial crisis for a while, I think it was maybe 9 months, maybe a year, Chase went out of the FHA mortgage market altogether. They stopped doing FHA mortgage loans. So they're not, home mortgage isn't their number one priority. Let's just say that. They're more of a bank that is more interested in the financial side of it in terms of wealth management, checking savings accounts, that sort of thing, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Hey, everybody's got their place in the market, right? So, but where it does start to affect us is because people hear that and then they go, oh my gosh, I have to have a 700 score and 20% down. I'm not going to buy this year. And what I'm here to tell people is that, other banks are not doing that. For instance, where I work, and I should preface this for people that don't know me, I'm a loan officer. I've been doing this for 30 years. My NMLS number is 232350. And the particular lending institution that I work for, we still have a product that FHA that goes down to 580 credit score, 580 with 3.5% down. We have other programs with 620 scores that can do 3% down. Every loan is different. Doesn't mean you're automatically going to get qualified. There's a lot of things that go into this, but lending standards really have not changed for us over the last 3 months because mortgage lending is a prime focus of ours.
Exactly, and more than anything, I want everybody to understand because some people that are not in the business, and even people that are, sometimes don't get the information correctly. So this is the only thing that I've learned. In 2007, 2008, they had a terrible crash in the market, and it crashed for many reasons. We're not in that same situation right now.
Not at all, because what happened in 2008 was you had a lot of lending going on with, number one, zero downs. People didn't have any money invested, even in investment properties. And then you also had stated income. People were stating their income. So you were having people buy properties, both single family, owner-occupied homes, and then a bunch of investor properties with very little money down. Well, if financial times come and you have 5 or 6 or 10 properties and you can pay one property, which property are you going to pay, Tony?
Of course, my home.
The one you're living in. You
Right.
got it. And you're going to let other ones go, and that's exactly what happened. Combine that with the fact that a lot of entities that owned mortgage-backed securities were able to leverage that by 20 or 30 to 1, and you had a recipe for a complete disaster, and that's exactly what happened. Right now in this market, we verify everybody's income. We verify everybody's assets. We do verify everybody's credit. We make sure that people that are buying a home right now, even during this coronavirus pandemic situation, are able to buy the home, that they are working, we do our best to make clear that, hey, these are people that are going to be able to make their payments. And that's the big difference. One other difference I'd like to point out is that one out of every 4 homes, I believe it's 1 out of every 5 homes now, it has gone down a little bit, is paid in cash. But even when you get to a market where 1 in 5 homes is paid in cash, there's no mortgage. You can't foreclose on cash unless they change the rules somehow. I don't know about that, but
Right.
so that's a huge difference as well.
Right, and we're keeping people informed because it is part of our job, and people want to talk about being patriotic and everything else, and that's okay. I'm not putting them down on it, but part of being patriotic is we have to protect our own economy. We have to educate our clients, our consumers, the ones that are licensed professional, and I don't care of any profession. I would never disagree, have an argument with a medical doctor trying to tell me how to do things correctly.
Absolutely. And then the other part of being patriotic is taking care of your family and making sure that you're taken care of first. Because, the government can only do so much, right? You have to take matters into your own hands. If right now isn't a great time to buy a house for you, that's fine. We don't want to put anybody into a home that's not going to have a good chance of success or being a good homeowner. But when it is time, certainly, or if it is a good time right now, certainly we'd love to talk to you. We could explain to you what's going on, the pros, the cons, what it would cost, that sort of thing. But to find out, it doesn't cost anything.
Right.
And you can do a pre-approval, get a credit check done, get an idea as to how much you could afford in today's market, and then take an idea and take a look and see if now is a good time for you to buy or not.
Right, and what I have noticed is interest rates are still continuing to come down, so it's a great time to become a buyer. No matter if you're a first time, second time, if you want to invest a little bit, it's a great time because interest rates keeps dropping down. And what does that mean? That I'm going to give you an example. If you can pay $1,400 right now for a mortgage payment on a big beautiful home, when I want to say 4 months back it was 5%, you would probably pay about $1,800 for that same style mortgage payment for the same amount of home. So that interest rate currently right now makes a big difference. Including, I want to let everybody know that there is a lot of buyers out there. So my sellers, I don't want you to be afraid to put your house on the market. We have the people. You just gotta put the house up for sale. That's obviously what we do here at Air Real Estate. My quick commercial. Me and Maritza do a great job. We have a lot of agents with us. We're willing to help you buy or sell. We definitely want to educate you, but everything's not 100% great. Things have slowed down, but I do have to tell you, and I'll share with you, Walter. I usually do about 9 deals a month. Right now, I have 3 clear to close. 1 that we just got an accepted offer. I have 4 pending clients that have pre-approvals, and I'm at 8.
That's great.
I was at 9 in February. I'm at 8 now. So I don't think it's that bad. We just have to keep educating the public.
Yeah, the agents I'm talking to pretty much have a similar story to you. They've definitely seen it slow down, but it's not dead. There are clients out there very interested in buying. There are a lot of people that need to move. They're looking at their rent, maybe their lease is coming up, and they're looking at their rent saying, oh my gosh, I'm going to pay $1,400, $1,500 for a 2-bedroom apartment. You know what, I can go out and buy a 2 or 3 bedroom house for that, depending on the area you're looking at and your circumstances.
Right.
So again, there are always going to be certain people looking, and I want to ask you, how has that process changed? I mean, for me to do a pre-approval, most of it, to be honest, is over the internet, phone calls and getting documents electronically. But for you to go out and show people houses, has that changed a lot?
You know what? We have actually, I just got a note, I'm sorry. We have evolved in doing business. We are still doing business. We are still getting the calls. We still get people that want to meet us at the office. And ironically, I have gotten a lot of great ideas from just watching everyday human beings, and an intelligent man listens and watches. So I try to explain it to everybody that I'm watching. The same way people watch me, I'm watching other people. I'm watching stores, restaurants. I'm watching everything out there. What I have currently done is that I have actually, I want to say, coronavirus prepared our office. So we do have the plexiglass dividers. I have actually ordered additional masks, footing protectors for your shoes. We have hand sanitizer and Lysol. If I didn't reach out to anybody before, I'm going to say it now. I think I told Walter, we have made our own hand sanitizer, 90% alcohol. It's very clean, it's very sterile, it helps out. We've also
If
created.
you run out of gas, you can use that 90% alcohol.
There you go. There you go. And we actually have created our own Lysol. So we're disinfecting the office after every client. We're wiping everything down. And we have, that's about all that's changed. But other than that, our agents continue to get more and more clients. And we're doing okay. We're going to be okay. We made it through the dinosaurs. The Ice Age hit. And we still survive. I keep telling my friends and family, my oldest daughter, I said, don't worry, we're gonna be all right. We're in it together. If you start thinking me, myself, it's not gonna work. We're in it together, we need to stick together. Okay?
Yeah, and this is a disruption, obviously. You know, the biggest question I think everybody probably has is how long is this gonna go on? Is my job gonna be secure? That's probably the number one thing on most people's minds right now. If they're not sick, obviously your health is gonna come first in that case. But you know, it's hard to say. Hopefully, you know, we're all hopeful that, you know, somewhere between May 1 and May 15, we at least start to see some limited opening. You know, but the healthcare professionals will take care of that. So
Okay.
we'll see what happens.
Not a problem. Well, we appreciate your time. I know that we're trying to make this efficient for everybody. Walter, once again, it's a
Thank
pleasure.
you very much, Tony.
And I just want to remind everybody, Walter can still do 580 credit score, and as far as I understand, 3% down. Walter's
3.5% down.
Yes, Walter's able to help us and continue to help us. If you want to get a hold of him, you can reach us at Air Real Estate near Maritza. And any of our agents will be more than happy to connect you with Walter. Thank you once again, Walter.
You're very welcome, Tony. Thanks for having me, and can't wait till next time.
You got it. Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Hey, Sal.
Hey Tony, how you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Thank you once again for joining us. We were having a little bit of technical difficulties earlier, but we have cleared it all up. Let me get straight to the point. Can you give us your name, information, company you represent, and then I'll explain to you our purpose of today.
Yeah, my name is Salvador Lopez. I work for Lopez and Affiliates. Been practicing law for 22 years. My number is 312-437-7800, and my email is sal@lawlopez.me.
All right, perfect. So today, I brought up an interesting topic. We're all concerned. We're trying to piece together, and we're trying to bring it to the public's attention. We saw, I want to say mid-Saturday, that JP Morgan Chase Bank and the bigger banks, most of the bigger banks are changing their credit score as the way they're going to pre-qualify clients or new clients. I know that there's a lot of questions out there, including 20% down. We have gotten a hold of the proper attorneys, the proper loan officers. We are bringing the education of the clients to let them know that there's a reason why certain banks do that. But the best way we're going to combat that is we're going to continue to find and bring to light the loan officers that are still doing 580, that are still doing 3.5% down, that are still working for FHA. They're not going to let us down, and we're not going to let the public down. I believe you might have seen that memo also.
Yeah, the first thing is Chase is not the only bank out there. There's a lot of other lenders and lenders that cater to different types of clientele. Actually, Chase has been shying away from FHA loans for a while, and they kind of started doing them again, and now they're shying away from it. What people also don't understand is the FHA guidelines obviously are so that, Fannie Mae buys the loans, or Freddie Mac and so forth. But those credit score guidelines are for them to qualify for mortgage insurance, not to qualify for the loan. Any lender could put whatever they want as their own conditions. They can make it almost impossible for anyone to get a loan. They don't want to do that because they want to make money. They want to give loans.
Right.
So they're not in the business of not giving loans. So what they're doing basically is they're shifting, some of these big banks are shifting to people that they feel won't ask for forbearance, that they will make their payments, things like that. So they're focusing on people that could qualify. And honestly, that's the majority of the people anyway that's out there. The ones that wanted to buy are the ones that could qualify. But yeah, there's other lenders, and I know that you have all the contacts with the lenders that can do it and can't do it. My job as an attorney to make sure that they're not found in breach for whatever reason and continue mortgage contingencies and things like that. But yeah, obviously for some of these banks, the liquidity has become an issue. Also, there's these SBA loans that they're giving out too. That's also affecting their liquidity. But that's all also temporary. Last time we talked about being positive about this and not being so negative about everything. But yeah, we also talked about the new generation and they feel comfortable about doing everything online and stuff like that. Like one of the changes were made by Fannie Mae was that you have to update the documentation every 60 days. Before it was 120 days. But to tell you the truth, when we're doing everything online, a new generation can do that 1, 2, 3.
Right.
So I don't really see that as a big deal. The only thing are those people that get furloughed, because there's a difference between being furloughed and being laid off. And a lot of these people are only temporarily out of jobs. So obviously when the stay-at-home order gets lifted, they go back to work. I had a client, I don't want to say the bank's name because that's not the point here, but there's a lender who just put a hold, they didn't cancel the deal. The guy's job is martial arts school.
Okay.
They had to close the school. During this. So they did not cancel his transaction. They said, we're going to put a hold on it, and as soon as the stay-home order is back up and you're back running for 2 weeks, then we're going to give you the loan.
Right. So
I found it really interesting.
yes.
Other people cancel. They're thinking about money. They need to make money still, right?
Right. So actually, I had a lot of people have asking me, and even the attorneys, when I tell them to join my little program today, they're like, "Why would you need an attorney if you can talk to the lenders about it?" And that's it. That's the reason why. Because you attorneys, I want to point out that we still have the 580 credit score. We still got the 3.5%. We have the right lenders to do it. I have the attorneys that'll clarify and justify that we are working within the letter of the law. We're not doing anything illegal. This is being done correctly. And I always tell all my clients, especially everybody in the office, knows that if you want to work with us as your realtors, you have to hire an attorney. Without an attorney, our company does not represent you because you protect the client. You work for them. You don't work for Air Real Estate. Your license you're not going to put on the line and mislead the public. That's why I want to bring always the attorneys involved in these conversations, so everybody can rest assured that everything's being done to the letter of the law, bottom line.
Right.
And especially right now, you're explaining to us a situation, and that's what we need other people to understand, that it still can be done, and there's certain obstacles, and no matter what, it's gonna get done. Perfect example.
Other examples are, like, for example, if you're working, that doesn't mean that you stop paying your rent. And when you get your stimulus check, that's to pay your bills and rent. That's not to have a big party, right?
That still goes to the rich man.
Right. And you want to do this so they can verify you pay your rent, you verify you do these things. And I'll tell you, when these things happen, rent goes up. And mortgage payments, like you were saying earlier, goes down, right?
Thank you.
This is the time also to purchase.
Perfect.
And if you're not ahead of the game, then you're going to be paying a lot in rent. You're not going to be building equity, things like that.
Right. So I don't want to name names. We had currently a client that almost backed out of the deal, and I think he called you and he said, "Hey, what if I don't close?" And I loved your response. Well, you could always file bankruptcy. I mean, there is certain reasons. Let's be clear. There is certain reasons that a loan can come apart, and you can not have to buy a home and not be held responsible. But some people just jump the gun. People are talking bad about the economy and scaring other people, and it's usually, I hate to sound so typical, but it's usually the haters out there that don't want to see you get your own home. It could be a family member, friend, coworker, who cares? turn to the licensed professionals, turn to the guys that'll give you the right answer, and don't open yourself up for nothing. And that's why I always, my best friends have to be attorneys.
We're here to protect our friends and clients. Obviously.
Exactly. Hey, you thought that basketball game last week, you won? Oh yeah, I let you win. There's a reason why I let you win. You're always gonna win. But man, I appreciate it. Anyways, do you have anything else to add that we can inform the public?
Don't be scared, like I said before. This guy's not fun. Do things that you're supposed to do. Pay your rent, pay your bills, and if you qualify, this is the time to buy. Call Tony, and he'll connect you with the lenders that can help you.
Thank you so much, and once again, appreciate it, Sal. Can you give us your name, number, and your law firm one more time before you click buy?
No problem. Again, my name is Salvador Lopez, and I work for Lopez and Affiliates, my own firm, for 22 years. And my phone number is 312-437-7800.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, Tony. Talk to you.
Nevertheless, the content is the important part. I don't want you to think about my makeup, my eyeliner, do my lips look pouty, none of that stuff. The content is what you need to listen to. Let's go to our next guest, see if I can get a hold of him. I'm going to reach out to Gabriel real quick. Trying to get him in here. Hang on. Let's see if he answers. Hopefully he'll come on board. Don't let me down, Gabriel. We got that phone ringing. There he goes. I think he's coming on. Gabriel, how's it going?
How are you doing?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm good.
All right. Well, I want to introduce you real quick. Gabriel is a loan officer, has plenty of experience, and of course he's got Pikachu behind him, which he has the power to do everything for us. So, can you introduce yourself? Can you let us know what company you work with and your phone number and how to reach you?
Yeah, I work for a company called Direct Mortgage Investors, and my telephone number is 708-257-5549.
All right, Gabriel, we reached out to you as a loan officer. We're trying to right now bring some information to the public. As you can see, Chase Bank and a lot of big banks have followed. They have raised up their limits on doing business when it comes to home buying. As far as credit score, they want 700. They want 20% down. I have an idea why they're doing that, but in essence, they forget that when they do that and they go into safety mode, they forget that a lot of people misinterpret that and think that the sky's falling and they have a problem. So everybody forgets that guys like you, our other lenders, you guys have certain implements that can protect the consumer, and we can continue to do business and help everybody. Can you tell us what you do and how you do it?
Yes, of course. And we are still lending, so we go down as low as 580. So you can still put the minimum down, with the 580 credit score. And we're also doing that's for my FHA program. So we're still doing the lower credit score. You do not need the 20%. And then we're also doing conventional financing with as low as 3% down. So that's a great program as well. So I always try to fit somebody into whatever fits their needs. So a lot of people just don't know. They think that they need 20% down, so they continue to rent. But little do they know that they could become a homeowner with as little as 3% down.
Perfect, and that's what I'm trying. I'm trying to combat misinformation and misleading information, because sometimes all of us are guilty of not reading the label properly and completely. And it doesn't matter what we're doing, that we just don't read the the instructions correctly on anything. We try to assemble that cabinet without reading the instructions, and it doesn't get anywhere. We always end up with extra pieces. But nevertheless, so right now the big banks are saying 700 credit score. They kind of scare your everyday working blue collar worker, your middle class, because then we start wondering, hey, we can no longer buy it 3.5% or 580 credit score. I know we can even do 620 for a conventional, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to give the right numbers out there. We're going to continue to help them at Air Real Estate. Me, Maritza Andrade, Alex Andrade, my other agents. You know, I have Jesus, I have Brandon, I have Mike, I have Caesar. We're all calling all our lenders, trying to get the correct knowledge, trying to get all the information, so we make sure that we are prepared when clients call with the information, with the questions that they have. Not only that, these live shows are specifically to attract the current consumer, attract the people that want the information. It attracts other realtors too that don't know what you're able to do, or our other lenders. So we, in essence, connect everybody with everybody. That's the bottom line. I know that I'm not the only realtor out there. Of course, I want you to use me, but other realtors might need and don't know how to get a hold of you, Gabriel. So that's the other reason why I invite you. If you can give us your name, company information, one more time, and your phone number for everybody out there. Not only that, he's gonna do that, but you can also contact us. We will get you in contact with Gabriel.
Sure. Gabriel Jimenez, Direct Mortgage Investors.